Hello, everyone. I'm Jack, and I'll be your guest host for today's episode of Rally the Creed. We'll be joined by Aaron Young, writer for The Ones Who Came Before, and their resident artist, Lisa Zaman. Enjoy.
It's been a busy week at Ubisoft, I gather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Commiserations to anybody who I know or follow that has dearly departed Newcastle or the other office. But yeah, I guess everybody's struggling going into 2023, and Ubisoft, I know, affected by it as well.
Yeah. Go on, Aaron.
It's slightly worrying, isn't it? Overall, I know they're putting everything into AC now, but it's sort of.
I don't know about you, but I felt when we watched when I was watching UB Forward, it was almost so much stuff that was coming out, and I was just like, I don't like feeling pessimistic about gaming companies and games, but it was always too much, and I always thought to myself, I wonder if they're just maybe someone biting off more than they can chew. And I get the feeling that they've got some amazing ideas, and they've got some amazing products, but they just can't deliver what they want when they want to, because like with, we don't want a cyberpunk happening again, do we?
God, no.
I mean, that's my thought on it. It's awful for anybody who's obviously been put in the position of redundancy from Ubisoft, but at the same time, if they've got to batten down the hatches and hone what they've got to produce some really good stuff, then for me personally, I will, I'll wait for those delays will be hopefully beneficial.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I don't think no one minds delays as long as the product's top quality. You don't want all this to happen, and then in the end, it's going to be lackluster anyway.
Yeah,
I think like putting all your eggs in one game is it'll work, because Call of Duty do it, don't they? Every year, and they churn out games frequently, so it'll help, sure. But you're just bringing your catalog down. But for me, that's a good thing. You don't want those games.
I think because we're all AC fans as well, we're all like, that's fine, don't worry about it. but you're right. Like with when you've got a franchise that works so well, you've got to say, you know what, we really need to focus on this. We really, really need to make this our, this is our top tip. This is our top game. This is our top franchise. And as well, of course, we all like a bit of a diversity and a different game here and there. I think everybody expects Ubisoft to deliver a really good bloody game. Or games.
What was that? Five or six have been announced, haven't they?
Yeah. How many mobile? We've got obviously we've got mobile platforms.
Yeah, I think I'm going to skip that one.
I'm not that bothered, but
yeah.
I
think that the majority of those will skip.
If they make it Switch, then I'd probably play it.
Oh yeah, if it's a Switch, I'm there.
Yeah, I don't know how well it ports over.
I don't know. It looks like it could, but I don't know. We'll see, won't we? It makes sense to do that.
Yeah. It's like that's kind of like the PS Vita of this generation, isn't it? The mobile phones.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. As a Switch user that's played a couple of the Assassin's Creed games, it does feel a little weird wandering about Assassin's Creed. I feel like I should be stationary whilst playing, just screaming at my telly. But
what are they like on the Switch? I mean, I've got a Switch, but it's for my daughter. I barely use it.
Well, obviously, Dave, it's the three remastered game. It's the three remastered games that I have, which is three. Oh, is it Rogue and Black Flag?
Yeah,
they look great. I mean, they look really good. The quality's good. I mean, the movement, everything, the refresh rate. You don't get any kind of I mean, that's the good thing. You don't get a lot of glitching in it. And I'm sure with the OLED version, you're going to get an even better. Visually, it's going to look even better and run better as well. But let's be honest, I'm just waiting for Mirage.
I bought AC3 when I was going on holiday just so I could play some AC Mirage on my way. It's so much fun when running. Yeah. Right, you've not done that though, Jack. Not a chance to play AC3.
Honestly, man, I've had it on Xbox 360. I've got it on PS5. I've got it on PC. I can't spend any more money on it, man. It just consumes my life. Yeah, no, it's awesome. That and Rogue as well. I've got Rogue on PC. I think I own most of them on PC, but I just haven't got a PC good enough to run them. It's kind of like an investment for the future.
I stay away from the PC stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Consoles all the way.
Yeah, I am the same. Consoles are so much easier. It's like you turn it on, you start the game, and boom, you're away.
Yeah.
But PC is just so much faffing. Will it crash? What's not going to work this time? It's just that. Yeah, it's just a pain.
We're just too lazy.
Yeah. Look,
just want instant gratification.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I want to play a game now, not in half an hour when my computer decides.
Perfect. Oh dear. So yeah, Mirage delayed again.
Yeah,
it was always going to be end of year. It's tradition.
Yeah.
Was it going to be June or something?
But it was supposed to be June. But I think we were all like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll expect it around Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sort of for me personally, as long as the devs are happy with it and it does deliver exactly what they hope to achieve, not necessarily what we all want, but if it gives the same quality of game, then you're always going to get you're always going to get a division between those that are really happy about the new styles and the more RPG and the open world, and then there's going to be the other half that want old school. But I think I don't know, for me, revisiting or starting with Basim in Baghdad should be. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Just the location alone, even if it was like an entirely different protagonist.
Yeah.
Just the location alone is just enough for me to buy it.
I'm really liking him though, because like at the start of Valhalla, I was punching him in the face when it gave me that option because he was annoying me so much.
True.
But as the story went on, you do grow into him, and now I am really about his origins.
Yeah. What gets me is his personality going to be entirely different? Because obviously in Valhalla he was Loki, wasn't he?
You've got a lot of room to maneuver. You've got a young man who's yet to be introduced to a completely different way of life, and as time makes you jaded and changes your views, I think it'll be exciting that, and I'm really excited. I mean, for me, I've always been really enthusiastic to see who the voice actors are. And actually, I won't say voice actors because I know that really annoys the lowest effects. So I shall say performance actor or just standard actor. I'm always keen to see who the actors are that are voicing these characters. So to see Lee in the role this time instead of Carlo, it'll be good to see these guys.
So it's a different actor.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
I can't. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his surname because I always get it wrong. But the actor who is voicing Basim is called Lee. But if anybody, and Aaron, as you know, with children, if you've seen Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie version of it, you will have seen Lee, who plays Dr. Robotnik's assistant.
Oh, nice.
He is the voice. He is the voice. He will be the voice of Basim this time. Carlo, I think is it Rota, was the voice of Basim in Valhalla, and he was originally in 24, the TV series 24 Tower.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I suppose
that's gone back.
24.
I haven't watched that in years.
You know, that's when they still released box sets on VHS.
Yeah.
That's going back some. I think I've still got some. I think my aunt's probably got some VHS Buffy box sets.
Yeah. It's either that or X-Files. Everybody seems to have always got like a copy of X-Files somewhere.
More like a bookend now, isn't it?
Oh dear me.
It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because he's younger in this, and Carlo's voice is a lot more mature.
Yeah. That'd be
and over it. I was like Basim. We always sounded slightly over it, just over everything, just tired, just head up. Just, how often do you?
Babysitting Hypham all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I've still yet to finish all the DLCs, so I'm a little bit behind. But you know, life gets in the way.
on Valhalla. Yeah. See, I was shocked that they didn't keep Valhalla going longer, seeing as the development of this is taking.
True, but I almost felt like it was starting to wind a little already. I was like, you could feel that everybody's like, oh, we're 2 years into this. Have we got anything new?
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I only played Wrath of the Druids, and then I got halfway through the Paris expansion. I can't even remember the name of it.
Siege of Paris.
Siege of Paris. And I haven't been back since. I kind of restarted the main game. But yeah, it just doesn't.
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Yeah, it's just a disappointment. I can feel it coming through.
So what are you hoping? What are you guys hoping Mirage delivers for you or for the fans? What do you think?
Me personally, I want Mirage to be a bit like Unity, really. I just want it to feel like Unity. I want to feel like I'm in a city that's thriving with people and stuff going on, and with parkour that matches it as well.
I feel exactly the same. Yeah, I want like the old style games. I don't know if they'll match Unity if it's going to be built around like Valhalla's engine.
No.
If we can get as close as we possibly can. I just want the packed streets, the tight streets, the towering buildings. I just want to be able to run and jump and just everything feel alive. Now, considering like the last 3 games have been 80%
I was going to say,
countryside.
For you guys, you want it more contained to just, otherwise it's just, I think it does become a bit of a grind, especially when you've got to search high and low in maps, and you're like, I haven't got the wherewithal.
Yeah, and everything's just kind of copy and paste. Like you see the same trees a bunch of times and fields and roads. It's like, it looks pretty, but if your campaign's 90 hours long, and you're seeing that thing for 90 hours.
It doesn't matter whether you're riding a bear or a winged horse. I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm just looking for something. I think I wouldn't mind an expansive countryside like they did with Assassin's Creed 3, where you had the frontier as a separate entity with like select missions in it, and you could just go in whenever you wanted. I wouldn't, or something similar to Brotherhood, where you've got Rome, but you've also got the surrounding area. That'd probably be my ideal.
I hope they bring the memory back. That's what I'm hoping. The memory. So like the memory sequences, so that you can do missions replayable.
Oh yes.
Without having to do the story again.
Yeah. So then they can bring back in the checklist you need to 100% each.
Yeah, you were saying a smaller, more concentrated map.
Yeah, and I think that'd probably open the doors to quality over quantity as well. Everything within that smaller area is going to look way better than anything would in something the size of Valhalla or Odyssey or Origins, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
I mean, and I love the look of the last three. I loved all of that open world, but I think a change is as good as a rest. And sometimes it is, it doesn't necessarily always mean what works needs to be repeated continuously. I think it's time for a bit of a change to hone it down a bit and see.
Yeah, which I think is that probably. I think that'll how they're doing future games. So like Montreal will make a game and Quebec will make a game. And I think that'll help with that as well because they're both very different styles.
Exactly, because we're still with Montreal at the moment, aren't we? Montreal was Origins.
Valhalla.
Valhalla was Montreal.
Yeah.
Odyssey was Quebec, so you never know.
Yeah. Is it Red is going to be Quebec?
Quebec.
Yeah.
Who's Mirage? Mirage isn't Montreal, is it? I think they're helping, but
no, it's.
I think is it. I don't. Who knows? It might be, and it might even be a mixture of the two.
No, it's a different studio. I can't remember the.
I think it's the Wrath of the Druids people. I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it's people that did that DLC, but I can't remember what studio.
Your knowledge over mine.
Singapore. I'm going to say.
No, I don't think it's Singapore.
He's googling it.
Yeah. Ubisoft Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Yeah, I think they're taking the helm, and then again with a bit of help from Montreal as well.
Yeah,
but I think Montreal is definitely my favourite. I don't know if I can say that, but it's definitely my favourite.
I'll balance out and say Quebec's mine.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as they do a good game, and the things that also, like you said, it was sort of for me. It would also lead to some quite interesting DLCs that you could add on to that because you're back at sort of a starting point again where you could branch off in any direction and maybe link it up to the mobile games and the others. I mean, I'm interested to see the is it Hexy? The witchcraft. That looked to me, I was like,
I can't wait. They say it's going to be different, so I don't know if it'll be kind of like an action game and kind of linear, or if it's going to be a horror game. I just hope
I'm up for a bit of horror.
Yeah.
I want it to be Assassin's Creed, The Last of Us sort of style, just that style game where it's really linear, and story and gritty. Gritty, and it's lasts 10-12 hours, but you enjoy it and you play it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you remember every single moment, every single move in those 10 or 12 hours that you made. You remember it. Yeah. I think that's the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
What a balance they would have then, because then you'd have that 3-game cycle of having old school, and then you'd have the open world, and then you'd have that linear game, and you could just rotate the 3.
Yeah. Well, who's doing Hexay? Is it Montreal?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That would be. I can't. I'm really excited for it. Honestly, can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
When's our next UB Forward? Is it? When have we got anything covered?
June, isn't it?
It is next month, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing's really been kind of confirmed.
It's just gone old school now. It's just like it was when I was a kid, and then a game just appeared in a shop.
Yeah.
You
see like a poster in the window like the day before it releases or something.
It's just gone back like that. The pandemic, because development slowed up and they just couldn't hit the targets, and now they just decide not to talk to us.
See, I'm gutted because I was made a star player for 2021 and went nowhere. I went nowhere. Everything was on Zoom. It was the best experience, but also the worst experience because I was like, "Yeah, I'm a star player, 21. Where did you do? I didn't do anything."
Cried in front of a webcam for all the whole events.
Because both Ash and I, Ash from obviously, from the ones that come before, was also made a star player. We were like, "This is awesome," and then we were like, No, it's really not.
Oh, it's a shame. Because
But yeah, it is a shame. But obviously, now with E3, sort of kind of dissolving, you can see that the game companies are just taking things into their own hands because it just seems like
because PlayStation's got their own showcase. Ubisoft have got their own showcase. It's kind of made,
Xbox, they're doing their own thing.
Kind of made E3 a bit obsolete, which sucks because E3 was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it. It was.
But I guess a pandemic kind of makes you realise that you've kind of got to keep things more in house, maybe, and that
cheaper.
Miles cheaper, I'd imagine. Do you imagine flying everyone out to LA every year?
That's what Lisa wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, Lisa.
That's all right. I've still got my precious orange T-shirt. Stuff badge and all that. I would not sound ungrateful. I should thank. At this point, I should thank Ubisoft for everything that they've done. Thank you very much.
No, I mean, it still would have been awesome. Whether it was on a laptop or not, it still would have been.
Yeah, definitely.
Would have been great.
Oh yeah, I mean that's I always thank when sort of getting that and sort of getting recognised for my art and not saying to Ubisoft, thank you very much for not getting me in trouble. For doing drawing all your characters, but yeah, it's good. It's good. Boo. Sorry, I was off thinking about LA again.
Yeah, I could see the glint in your eyes.
Oh, it's kind of glazed over, but no. Be good. So yeah.
Yeah.
We're just here. We're just waiting.
So have you got plans for drawings for the new game?
Yeah, I am. I mean, at the moment, I'm having to sort of take not a forced break, but just having a bit of a stepping back from just completely burning out, not wanting to burn out, and kind of trying to time manage a little bit better because last year I hit the ground running and it was insane and bonkers, and I never stopped. And so for me, this year is a little bit calmer. And I just really want to get back to sort of doing more character portraits again, especially of Assassin's Creed, because that's what got me started and that's what I absolutely love. And it's funny, I was watching, I sometimes when I'm just, I don't put a movie on, I put cutscenes on of Assassin's Creed, and I basically watch each game like a movie. And when I sit and watch them, I'm like, I haven't drawn this character yet, or I start to get that kind of feel like, oh, I need to draw these people again. They were so wonderful. So, I mean, whilst I've done all the characters so far, maybe there's a few that I've missed out. I kind of want to revisit and do a different sort of style, maybe a different style, maybe more color portraits. But Mirage, I'm there for that. I'm there for that wholeheartedly, and hopefully I'll have the time to produce some more work. I mean, I was absolutely blessed to sort of be able to see the character developments of Eivor prior to Valhalla, which was amazing. And like we were watching, but like Boss Logic, when Boss Logic was doing all of his kind of, his work. When I mean, I don't know if you guys watched it when Boss Logic did his Valhalla live, and we were all literally like 7 hours later, and like, is he finished? Is he still going?
Yeah, still going.
But I mean, I'm really interested. I always love seeing how the designers and artists create their characters, and sort of how they first turn out to how they eventually pan out in the game. And it's funny, I've never been disappointed with any of their characters in the way. I think they've done really well. As a portrait artist, I always think I look at every single character they've created, and I'm like, they did a really great job. I mean, I know that's what they're supposed to do, but everybody's got preferences on what certain protagonists look like. But for me, they've all been so different and so amazing. I said, looking back at some of the figures now that I'm looking at. Yeah, I love them all. Don't love them. characters. I've got. Yeah. Hang on a minute. If I kind of zoom over, I've got a very, very beautifully prized Altair in the background, the big old Pure Arts one just behind me over here. And then behind me, we have, we've got, we've got them all the way going down to the bottom. And so I think I've got a lot of variations and a lot of different styles, but yeah.
You got room for back.
What I really want, I really, 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 really want is Cassandra. I really want her. I really want her. In fact, every time I look at the Pure Arts, when I'm on the Pure Arts website, and I'm like, I really want Cassandra, and then I'm like, oh, but I really like Ezio, and then I really want the Revelations one, the smaller one that they produced, but stop. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, I love all the characters, so it'll and I'm always keen to see what people like and which ones, which one's a favorite. I mean, Ezio is always a favorite. It just is. It's funny because Cassandra, I think, because she was so at the forefront, is another favorite. But,
Cassandra's got her own cult following. Like, if you compare it to all the other protagonists, she is like.
You don't mess with you do not mess with the Cassandra fans.
They will come for you.
So I just basically just go on, just drop. I used to drop online when Odyssey came out because I'm a huge Odyssey fan. And I used to just go online and wind people up saying, Alexios is canon, and then disappear.
That's just cruel.
But yeah. So they're my plans. Yeah, I'm hoping to sort of be in sort of getting not only do my work, but sort of maybe rustle up some of the communities, sort of, see what they do, because it always is. That's what I love about a new game as an artist and just a creative. When a new game comes out and it seems to just get everybody, I love that excitement of a new game because everybody wants to talk about it, but then you've got people that don't want to talk about it just yet because, and you've got half a redacted statement because nobody wants to see the spoilers. But I think it always brings... predominantly, I always think it brings out the best in people in the community. You're always going to get people that are just baity anyway, but I always love that excitement when a game comes out because people want to talk about it, people want to discuss it, people want to draw the characters, and so I love that kind of fever of the first few weeks when it comes out. It's always so exciting. So yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I'll do some artwork because once I did, and I really would love to do this. We did a book, a load of friends of mine, artists around the world. I was going off to, I think it was a Reading Con or something, where Michael and Melisante were going to be there. So a group of artists, we all got together and we produced a book of artwork to give to them. And it was one of the most fun things I did. So I'd personally love to be able to sort of, there we go, look. I'd love to be able to do a whole Assassin's Creed. This is what we created, a little book, and it was full of all the artwork that people had created for Assassin's Creed. It was really, really great, and I would love to do one for me, just sort of create a book of all the art and all the portraits of Assassin's Creed so far. But maybe that might be something in the future that I do. Like,
that'd be awesome.
Us all together.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome to see.
We could do that for VP as well.
Yes,
yeah. There's that kind of, yeah. I mean, I was really cheeky. I remember speaking to one of the fabulous devs. It is the gentleman who created the story creator in Odyssey, and I ended up just basically sending all my prints and saying, "There you go, put them up in the boardroom in Quebec."
Oh, nice!
He was like, I'm just going to keep them. I was like, no, hand them out, hand them out. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing, when we're thinking of like things to bring communities together, and if interest is there for, especially for some of the VP, because it is beautiful, absolutely stunning. Maybe we should get together, do a book.
100%.
How would I got a question for you, Lisa? Then, how would you build the drawing? One of our VP portraits, because obviously our characters are edited so that we got them how we like them, with different hair to the originals.
There was one lady who was actually who did a lot of VP for Odyssey, and I would often go to her with references and saying, can you do this, can you do that for me? Yes, you can have it in that outfit. I'd love to do that. And also obviously there's been discussion sort of like creating OCs and stuff like that, and like maybe like the time that is time for me to create my own assassin, whether it be me or somebody else that I want. Because for me, there are so many. I think it's with all of us. When we're looking for when you're thinking of new themes for AC, everybody's got their own idea of exactly what time and what time period and what era and what the person's going to look like. I mean, for me, I'm still waiting for a South American kind of, like, I want the Aztecs, I want the Mayans, I want to go right back. Because you can imagine how hardcore a Mayan one would be. You'd have people like doing sacrifices and stuff. I'd love that.
Yeah,
that'd be incredible. I'd love to do it. Was it in AC4? They say that I can't remember what civilization it is, but they said the natives anyway of the Caribbean had similar philosophies to the Brotherhood. So it'd be good to go back just before the Brotherhood came over and just to kind of like have them link up. And that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
To the jungles of like South America or the Caribbean. Yeah, South America.
Go back to see the indigenous tribes before they were discovered. You just never know what's going on. But be interesting. If anybody's listening,
yeah.
You're painting that one now. No, it was my idea. But how about you guys? What do you think? What you're going to be doing when Mirage finally releases? And don't say buying Christmas presents.
Probably take them a pension when it releases. No, yeah, just honestly, just snapping any picture we can. Really, I'd imagine. Same for you, Aaron. I'd imagine. You're more of a portrait guy.
Yeah, I'll be doing the portraits. You'll be doing the landscapes and the little intricacies.
Yeah. Just the kind of things.
I love it. There's one of the lovely ladies in our community who's also a star player, Siobhan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I always laugh when Siobhan starts a game, and especially now that there's obviously a VP mode, there's she will literally go around saying, I've literally just paid about 20% of the game, but I've taken like 3,000 photographs already. Like, I've not done anything else but take photographs.
Yeah, it just takes ages to complete a game.
It does, yeah.
I don't know how long Valhalla actually is, but I've got about 140 odd hours racked up on it. And I've only really completed it once. So most of the time it was just taking pictures. I got lost in it.
I got 350 hours.
That sounds like me on Odyssey, like over almost 400 hours. I was like, what are we doing there? Yeah. Just wandering around on my winged horse,
Yeah. Your Pegasus.
Exactly. Oh, dear me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I can't wait.
It's going to be. Yeah, and hopefully we're all just going to be sitting there not rolling our eyes at you at Ubisoft forward. But yeah, I mean the
They've
fact
got
that
to show us something, haven't they?
Yeah, and I think the fact that the energy that they are putting their workforce into AC just kind of. I mean, as an AC fan, that just that makes me feel a little bit better. I'm not one to think the worst, thinking, oh, well, why are they putting that many people into it? What's gone wrong with it?
Yeah.
It just streamlined.
Yeah, exactly.
They get away from that free to play that they've really pushed those games, but they haven't really taken off, have they?
It's weird, because I thought that's what What was where they were going to go with Assassin's Creed, where it was basically free to play? Infinity.
Infinity.
That's what I thought Infinity was meant to be. It was going to be free to play Assassin's Creed.
It might be, mightn't it, with the multiplayer elements that they're planning.
Yeah, but if they're releasing 5 games, surely they're not going to chuck them out for free. That's a bit.
No,
So
I don't think
thought
games for free.
it'd be like Unity, where at the start of Unity you've got like that menu, and you've got like Ezio's story, Connor's story, all these other stories that you haven't really heard of before. I reckon it'll be like that, where you can kind of like maybe dive in to Ezio's story for like a mission like a new mission and a part of his life that you never got to see, or finish Edward's story or Connor's story or something like that.
That's what I want it to be, but I don't think it will. Because I'm still hoping that they'll do like a short story for Amunet.
See, that was my next question. There are for me, I think there is that I know that they want to do new games, and I know that they want to introduce new protagonists and new sort of creators, but I think they've got a great opportunity to go back to a lot of these characters.
Yeah, definitely.
And like you say, like whether it's a short DLC or whether it is a much smaller game, you could, they've spent so long with lore and making sure that these connections are there that it wouldn't take well, it probably would take a lot, but it wouldn't take long to be able to get a cohesive storyline that would interlink further stories and further, and flesh these characters out even more, because everybody, like I said before, everybody's got their favorites.
Well, that might be what they're doing with Mirage, because that's going to be a smaller game, isn't it? So they might be testing the water, bringing more depth to Basim. So hopefully,
like you say, with Aya becoming Amunet, there's just a lot there to work with. And I know people are disappointed and I think maybe jump to the wrong conclusions that she was a character, a character that was let down, or they didn't use her but you just don't know. You just don't know what their plans are. They could have had plans, and maybe at that point it didn't work, but yeah, we've got a lot of time, got a lot of characters still.
Yeah, got a ton of characters.
I don't think the community would be that gutted to revisit the characters that they've already played.
God, no.
Like the cross they did, I thought was the crossover story they did around Christmas, wasn't it? Not last year, the year before, when Cassandra appeared in Valhalla.
Yeah,
everyone loved that, didn't they?
I was so praying that they were going to do that with Origins as well.
Yeah, I mean, and they could. I mean, having said that, because I played as Alexios, so I didn't play. I've played as Cassandra, but I played my main Alexios, and for me, as my favorite game, going back and see, even though I know that you can play as both of them at the beginning before obviously it swaps back, and then you're Cassandra, you default to Cassandra. But that, for me, that was really moving, and I was just like, I'm back, and I would love other fans to have that same feeling that I did, seeing a character that I'd already played, thinking that we wouldn't possibly get a chance to revisit and see them again. But I would love that. I would love to have a step back in time, maybe see what the Fry twins are up to, in between the DLC. What was going, exactly. There's always a moment where you could have, but then, having said that, as I like a tenuous link into TV, I mean, I can't lie, I'm really excited for what Netflix will bring. I just hope it's really good. It doesn't get
the animated series
after one season. Huh?
Is this the animated series?
No, I'm still waiting for a possible like live action kind of thing, if ever, because I just think that would just be amazing. I'd love that.
Stuff going on in the background, isn't there, for that?
Oh, I mean, the thing is, it's open to basically like doing the whole story as a live action of all the games that you've already got, or just starting afresh. Maybe not going down the Michael Fassbender route.
Yeah.
But, Oh, I shouldn't rag on that film. I shouldn't. It's not that bad.
Loads of people love it.
It's not that bad. But yeah. Yeah, also the animated series. I mean, that just that's exciting to me. But then you kind of got the option, like, how Disney have done with the Star Wars Visions, where you've got all different artists doing different stories in different styles. I'm like,
yeah, that'd be really cool to see. Loads of different styles coming together.
yeah,
So much with the books, with the TV, so it's so big now.
Yeah, I've only really read I think one book. I haven't stuck with the comics.
I'm not into. Yeah, it's funny. I'm a comic book girl, but there's only so much I can read.
Yeah.
There's only so much I can ingest before, and I always think to myself, first and foremost, if I'm going to get sucked into something, it might as well be the game itself.
Exactly, you can sink hours and hours and hours into.
We all do.
Yes.
I did just finish the Magus book though, and that was really, really good.
Was that good?
Yeah, I would love that game. I think it would have been a great game.
Yeah. Man.
Which one's that? Sorry.
The Magus Conspiracy.
I ain't heard of that.
I'll send you a link to it. It's actually a really good book.
Yeah. Send me a link. Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
It's got a few references to Syndicate. Syndicate in it.
Oh.
Because but yeah, it's completely new characters, and I don't know. The stories just really works. It would make for a great 12-hour game.
Oh no! See, that's what old games were about 12 hours. That's what I'm really hoping with Mirage.
It's an old style story, really.
Yeah, yeah. Was it set before or after the Fries?
After.
Oh, okay, yeah. I suppose it'd have to be if it references them.
Yeah, it's after. And then there's a second one. There's a sequel to it coming out soon. I think this year.
Oh wow! I love how the books get sequels and the comics get sequels, but we haven't had a sequel since '09 or.
Yeah, but I figured it out. There's 3 Ezio games, probably equated to what, 90 hours gameplay, but you get 120 in Origins anyway, so you've pretty much had a trilogy in one game.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Doesn't hit the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Ezio's story was finished.
Yeah,
we saw an end to it. We kind of left.
I do like having a proper ending, really.
Yeah. That's what they should do. Like with Infinity, they should just end all their previous characters. Just give them a send off.
Yeah.
Not end them, but give them a send off.
You're done.
Yeah. So the axe comes out.
Because but then it's so final. What will people have to talk about?
Yeah. People guess.
I wonder what happened.
Oh.
I mean, to be quite honest, I'm still wondering what Cassandra's been doing. What Cassandra had been doing for a while, and why was her suit so immaculate if she was hanging around with the Hermes stuff, sort of, down in the cave. I was like,
she'd been polishing it for a couple hundred years, hasn't she?
It would probably be about that small if she carried on.
Yeah.
Do you think she would turn up in red?
Who knows? I mean, the thing is, she's got the ability. She's got that. They've got the ability to be in any time period. I'd love that. Just crop it up in the background,
Yeah.
In Victorian garb with her little plait.
Yeah. She could use a staff as a cane or something in the Victorian.
Exactly.
You could have in red. You could have this character throughout the whole game is there with a mask on, and at the end it's revealed and it's her, and you're like, what?
yeah, that'd be
completely silent. Doesn't say a word throughout it. The mysterious person in the background.
You can't talk because you just hear Malacca and you'd instantly know. Yeah, that'd be quite a cool one. Just have her in the background, just wandering about.
That would be like one of those really great Easter eggs. Like, how many times could the devs put Cassandra in a game somewhere without anybody noticing?
Yeah. Or even like form like a wanted poster in a cutscene. Just something like that. It would be awesome. Like a nice little Easter egg throughout the games.
I mean, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, well, we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
I think the a lot of people that had pre-ordered Mirage got a little bit panicked when they went to check their orders and saw that the product was no longer available. And I saw quite a few crazy emails from people like, "Is this still safe? Is it like?" Chill, it'll be fine. It's just not coming out when you thought it was.
Yeah, so the game's going to come out. I mean, your heart would stop for a brief second, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think the problem was that, like, you know, the time was getting nearer, so people were like, "Oh, I should possibly see when it's going to ship," and you know, like, what? What?
I did have a little panic when I saw someone post about it. I went to check mine, and then the whole thing was gone, apart from just a bit of writing. I was like, "Oh."
They pulled a fast one.
You're like, your order number is no longer coming up at all.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to that. That's another statue I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that. It's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Really? Is the statue out?
No, it will be for the collector's edition.
Yeah. Have they announced it yet, or?
Yeah, it was on Ubistore. Had it for pre-order. I think that it's now not in stock with Ubisoft, but I think Game and some other game stores are available. You can still pre-order. I think it's the collector's collector's. It looks really great. I mean, it's funny whenever I'm sort of buying figures and things like that. Sometimes they are a bit dodgy looking, like the I don't know if anybody ever saw the Eivor statue from Best Buy that was available in the States.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine.
It's not pretty. It's not a good looking statue whatsoever. I was just like, oh no.
I think that like the Pixar ones are so good, aren't they?
They are. The like the UB collectibles, you know, I mean, you know, when they're mass producing them, they for mass produce,
Good.
They're very good. They're very, very good quality.
So I've got Bayek and Edward, and it is bloody awesome. They do really look the part.
I was saying to Jack previously, I managed to get a lot of my figures originally on as a bundle from a gentleman who was moving in with his girlfriend and didn't have the room. I was crushed for him, but at the same time, I was happy for myself because I literally went home with a car full of loot, including the Apple of Eden, the
really?
big old nice. And I nearly, and as I said to Jack, and I had the ready money at the time, I also would have walked off with a full size scale Arno, but I couldn't afford it at the time. He had an Arno statue, and I was just like, I need that figure right now. I'm gonna have him in the hallway as a coat hang. I'm just gonna hang coats on him. I'm gonna hang coats off that sword. He's just gonna be there. But yeah, I'm gutted that I didn't get a chance to take him, but damn it. He knows where he is now. It's like, it always makes me sad when you see old game stores and you see a faded figure like just standing in the corner, you know, Bayek's 10 shades lighter than he was when he first started out, you know, looking like a dusty old mannequin.
Yeah, just things piled up on top of him. It's not nice.
Senu again, just the feet. No,
yeah, the wings
no
on
bird.
The floor.
Oh dear. Excuse me. I'm shading.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to look at the Mirage collector's edition then.
It's nice.
Yeah. The game's going to be £50.
I think
it's going to be a lot shorter.
The start one is, but then you usually get a gold and is it usually like a deluxe one as well?
Yeah, gold,
and then
deluxe,
the collection,
and then collectors.
the collector's edition is usually the deluxe version plus the
Statue,
figure.
yeah.
But you know, yeah, it's not cheap these days to
Collector's 130 or something like that, wasn't it?
something like that. Yeah.
That's not
So
bad.
I mean, if you think about it, by the time you're working out the sort of the deluxe version and how much you're paying for a figure, it's not bad.
Yeah, because they all come with like the DLC or there'll be like an outfit or something, won't
yeah,
they?
you always get
Was it
yeah.
Prince
yeah,
of Persia, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Avor's the collector's edition, you've got like a little tiny, little wooden figure with it as well, and
Oh,
Yeah.
a few other
nice.
little pieces. I think there was a soundtrack. There was like a smaller version of the soundtrack. And,
Well, a dice as well for, was it Orlog?
mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dog. Did you get the Ordog?
No, I didn't know.
I got it from the Kickstarter.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I think a few people got the Kickstarter to the All
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's 130 it is for the collector's one.
Well, it's not bad. I've seen them go for like 150, 180, some collector's editions.
You get his brooch and the map and a mini art book. It looks like statue, soundtrack.
Is the map a cloth map?
No, they're usually just yeah, it's a shame, but they're usually just a really big old, like a really thick paper.
Yeah, like the old GTA ones.
The steelbook
Yeah,
they did the vote for which design on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Oh yeah,
But I can't remember
I
who won.
like both.
Yeah, I liked both anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I eagerly await it. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but you know, I'm sure I'll find.
Gonna have to do some moving around or get another.
No, honestly, I had to reshuffle the whole. I had to shuffle the whole room around to make room for this devil.
That is a
And then
beast.
then it took me ages to work out where hang on a minute, where the light goes. Hang on.
Yeah, 10 on. Hey.
Oh, that is awesome.
But I got to say, hats off to Pure Arts for changing the way that they designed him, because especially with a lot of the AC ones, pieces were coming off and breaking really easily. Like you'd get it shipped and half of it would be broken, and people are like, "Look, I paid so much money for it." But I think they realised with this one, especially with the Animus pieces, they're now magnetic and they just kind of into place. So, but originally it was all one piece, so they'd pack it and then they'd all be broken anyway. So, but yeah, thanks Pure Arts for redesigning it and making it a little bit better.
Yeah, I saw the magnet on a video. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
Right, thank you for joining us this week. We plan on rotating the guest hosts. So if you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Any questions, leave them in the comments. That's a goodbye from myself, Aaron, and Lisa, who can't be here to say goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Thanks for joining.
Goodbye.